Welcome back to the Candy Colored Studio. So today we're doing something totally new and something fun and exciting, and I'm excited to introduce you to my friend Erin Aker, who's also an artist, and she is in our Candy Colored Club. And so if you don't know about the Candy Colored Club, it's our art business membership slash mastermind slash community, and it's been a lot of fun. Basically, we get together once a month online and we have a topic that we discuss. We have lessons with ideas and things, and then we're sharing all throughout the month on our Facebook group and in little groups. There's lots of fun things that happen within our group, the Candy Colored Club. And so we thought it would be really awesome to bring to all of you our very first show, and it's called the Candy Club Collective. You can actually see some sneak peeks on our hashtag, again, Candy Club Collective. And it's been a lot of fun to see what these ladies have been working on. They're all small pieces, and I have asked Erin to come and give you like a teaser and a sneak peek. But before we do that, Erin, do you want to tell us just a little bit, first of all, where you're from, and then also your experience with the Candy Club?
Yeah. So I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah, but I grew up in Olympia, Washington, and I've been in Utah for 4 years. And I've been painting for about 2.5 years, and I joined the Candy Club, I think it was back in March before everything shut down. But the Candy Club has been so helpful because it's this community of like-minded people, and it has really great momentum. So it helps keep me going and think that everything that I want to do with art and my art career is possible. So it's basically constant encouragement and problem solving. Yeah, it's a really great community and I'm really happy to be a part of it. So,
Well, we have loved having you, and it's been really fun because we started the club in September, and so we were getting close with the other members, and then Erin and several other girls came in, and they just jumped right in, and I was a little worried about how's the dynamic going to be, but they have brought so much just spark and energy and excitement, and everyone has just really jumped in and just made it very maybe homey. I feel like
yeah.
it's been a really, really good vibe. And so it's been awesome because too, like Erin said, obviously, most of us have been dealing with the COVID stuff, and it's been affecting our shows and events and all those things. And yet nothing happened with the Candy Club because it's mostly online. We were able to continue to work together and to share and support and uplift each other. And so, yeah, just in the same spirit, this show that we're doing, it's a small work show and it's going to be completely online. You'll be able to go to a page on my website, and all of our ladies will have 3 to 8 pieces for sale, and they'll all be priced at either $150 or $200. And so they're very good price points. They're all originals. They're all going to be 10 by 10 or smaller. Anything else I'm missing, Erin?
Uh, no, I think that's everything. So,
Okay, and we've got lots of different subjects, styles, mediums, and so it's going to be a really, really great collection for you to go, especially if you want to start your gifting early, start shopping for gifting, if you want to work on your art collection, if you're a new collector and you want to buy smaller pieces during COVID, this is going to be the place to do it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we wanted Erin to come on and give you a teaser. Tomorrow we'll release an episode with at least 20 of the ladies, and they'll all be answering questions about their work. But today, Erin's going to talk about her work that she'll have in the show, and specifically when it comes to process and her process. So Erin, take it away.
yeah. So for the show, I painted 8 watercolor paintings, and they are all landscapes, and they all feature triangular clouds. So here are 2 of them. The first one has a blue sky with white clouds, and all of the clouds are triangles. And then in my other painting, the sky is gray, and then I have lighter gray clouds in it. So I'm going to talk about the blue sky painting first. So let me find that one.
And just so you know, we're recording this to share on YouTube. So if you go watch the YouTube version, you can actually see Erin's amazing pieces. You can see where her roots really tie into her work and all those good things. So she's sharing one of the pieces on the screen right now.
So this painting is 8 by 8 inches, and it's a watercolor on paper, and it's for sale for $150 in our upcoming show. And the name of this one is Over the Lake, because there are clouds over the lake. So for a painting like this, what I do to get the clouds as crisp as they are is I use painter's tape. So just the regular blue Scotch brand tape that you use when you're painting walls. And I cut triangles out of that and stick those down. And I usually plan out how I want the tape to go by sketching it out first. And then I stick the tape down, and I actually use a spoon. I never thought I'd be using a spoon for watercolor, but I use a spoon to really burnish the tape so it's stuck to the paper really well. And then once the tape is stuck down, I do my first wash over top, and I do different shades of blue, and then I dry it. And when it's dry, I get to peel off the tape and see the clouds there. So,
It's so
yeah.
awesome. I love it so much. And I have to, for those of you that are just listening, as a little description, maybe you want to tell them about the reflection as well.
Yeah. So for this one, I have clouds that are hovering above a mountain lake, and you can see some mountains in the background. And then the clouds are reflected in the lake. So I got the reflection by cutting out the same shapes of triangles from the tape, but I did a mirror image. And so then I stick that tape down where the lake is, and then I paint over top of that. And when I peel that tape off, I have clouds that are reflected. So.
I love it. It's so beautiful. And I love hearing all your description because I don't think people realize how many really odd tools that we as artists use. And you're right, a spoon and tape are definitely things that not everyone is taught to use, you know, in art classes or in school or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a beautiful piece. Thank you for sharing that one.
Thanks. And then I have one more that I wanted to talk about. So let me pull that one up on the screen. Okay, so this one is called Across the Water, and it is an 8 by 10 inch watercolor painting, and it is also $150. And for this one, I use a slightly different process. I put down a light gray wash first, and I try to get lots of different variations. So for this one, for those who are listening, there are triangular clouds, but throughout the clouds are different variations of white and soft gray and darker gray. So what I do is I put that wash down first and get lots of different shades. And then I put the tape triangles down. And this is where I really have to use the spoon to make sure that the tape is stuck really well, because for some reason the water and the paint like to go under the tape when I've already done a wash. So then once it's all dry, I take the tape off, and that's how I get the wash that continues from the background sky into the clouds.
Well, it's beautiful. And I love the difference between the two because the first one feels like a bright, clear day on the water with some clouds, but very bright. And then this one is very special because it's moody, but not moody dark. It's moody with the grays, and it's just very peaceful. And yeah, just you feel like there's mist hovering over the hovering over the trees, and it's just a really, really like a beautiful but also comforting piece.
Thanks, Katrina.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for sharing about your process. And I love that sometimes you want the tape to basically help the white shine through, and other times you're focusing on the washes. And I think that that's just really, really fun. And I love the triangles. I would love to know, so how did you start with the triangles, and how did you decide that you wanted triangles to be part of your process? Like, is there any like symbolism or meaning with the triangles, or just something that you really connect to?
So there isn't really any meaning behind it. But I do kind of like how some of them end up looking like paper planes,
Yeah.
or they just look like pieces of paper that are floating. And I love that feel of movement and floating. I just like how it makes me feel when I look at it. But
Totally.
I got started with this idea when I took a watercolor workshop with the Utah Watercolor Society, and Doug Allen was teaching, and it was all about using masking with watercolor. So he challenged us to do a painting where we used only basic shapes. And my first thought was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I like super detailed, realistic things. But it, like, I rolled with it and I decided to use triangles because I like mountains. So I did some triangular mountains, and then I was like, oh, big white shapes in the sky, I can make triangle clouds. And so that's how I got started. And I just like loved the way that it looked. And this is the first more abstract type of painting I've done. So I had that idea and I've run with it, and I love how it's turning out.
Oh, it's great. It's so fun because I think that, first of all, there's something beautiful about the contrast or the juxtaposition between organic shapes and very geometric, strong shapes. And you totally have that going in this series. It's very, very interesting. And I think it just really makes you think about things in a different way. And it's really a beautiful way to look at those things. Um, I was going to ask you, I know that you have a show right now. Do you want to tell us really quickly about your show?
Yeah. So I have 18 paintings up at T Zonti. They're in Sugarhouse across from the post office on 1300 East. And my paintings are up now through the end of October. And it's a mixture of some of my slightly older work that's more realistic, and then some of the newer work with the triangle clouds.
That's awesome. Well, we're so excited. We're so excited because for those of you that are listening, you'll be able to find 8 of Erin's smaller works here in this show at the Candy Club. And then you can also find some larger pieces at her current show. And you can totally just reach out to her if you want to know more about that show. And I would remind everyone that we are going to release this show on October 1st. And we're going to release it early for all of our email subscribers. So if you're not on my email list, jump on there. And also Erin has an email list. And so I will put a link to that in the show notes with her website. I'll also link to her show, her current show there in Sugarhouse, which is also Salt Lake for those of you that live out of state. Yeah, so we're really excited. And I just wanted to share with you tomorrow, our episode is going to be with a, probably 20 of our ladies, and the topics we're going to be discussing. So today Erin got to tell you about her process, but they will also be talking about their mediums. They're going to talk about the subjects that they have created, and also the tools they've used, their color palette, their why as an artist, why they paint, and then also, let's see, inspiration, making time to create, where you live and how it affects what you create. And then we've got one gal that's going to do a studio tour, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's coming up tomorrow. So yeah, is there anything else that I forgot, Erin?
I think that was everything, or I forgot all the same things as you. So,
Well, then we will just happily live in this forgetful land together. No, we're really happy that you came on today, and thank you for giving us a tour of your process and also for letting us see a sneak peek at your pieces in the upcoming show.
yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and sending lots of love from Erin and I from the Candy Club, and we're excited to invite you guys to our show. Okay, we'll see you later.
Bye.